Welcome back, Guardians. I thought today would be a perfect time to basically as quickly check back on all that's happened in Season of the Hunt, while also talking a little bit about the upcoming changes to the Aeon cult. That is the free exotics that Titans, Warlocks, and Hunters have, but that no one really uses. So let's dive right into it. To start off with, I would love to talk a little bit about the season. I have done my seasonal review, but now that Harbinger is out, I feel like the season is complete, and I still gotta say that this season has probably been one of the most lackluster seasons in Destiny. Not only do I feel like we didn't really get a lot, the actual activity we had was pretty boring. Having to invest in the core activities to play with the Wrathborn hunts, I guess is pretty cool that they're actually trying to put more effort into the core activities. I do feel like the core activities themselves needs to be updated. They're not really that fun. Crucible lost a lot of maps, as we know. There's not really a lot of new maps. There's not really a lot happening in either the Crucible sandbox or in the Crucible map rotation. So I'm sorry to say that there's not really a lot happening there. I love PvP in Destiny, but I feel like Bungie is taking a big step away from the Crucible right now because there's a big lack of sandbox updates to that core game mode. As for Gambit, the same can be said there. A lot of things that are changed in Gambit are due to the fact that things are changed in either PvP or PvE. Nothing's really tuned specifically for Gambit, and we only still have 2 or 3 maps to play, and the new game mode isn't really all that exciting. I haven't touched Gambit at all since Beyond Light launched because I don't really see myself enjoying it as much as I wish I would. And that is also something I feel like they should make more fun to play. Either by giving us more incentive to play Gambit, maybe by giving us some exclusive loot to Gambit, or maybe giving us some exclusive, I don't know, maybe give us some more incentive to actually go and play Gambit, because it doesn't matter how fun an activity is, if there's no incentive to play it, most people will tend to avoid playing it. And finally, PvE is gonna get some changes. We're gonna get Grandmaster Nightfall loot. Adept weapons are gonna drop there, which is pretty nice. But for this season, again, we didn't really get anything else to do in the strikes. We got a new Glassway strike, but this is part of Beyond Light, not part of Season of the Hunt. So once again, we're not really getting a lot with the season. The actual season gave us the Season Pass, the Wrathborn hunts, and finally the Harbinger mission and Hawkmoon. So all in all, a pretty lackluster season. And I really wish that Bungie, instead of having a season combined with the expansion, that they would rather put more time into the actual expansion and then just release 3 seasons thereafter. Just skip the first one, because right now it's just a waste of time and it's a waste of your development skills, Bungie. So that is my hot take on Season of the Hunt. If I would rate it on a scale to 1 out of 10, I would probably give this a very, very weak 3. It is one of the worst seasons we have gotten in terms of content. And not only that, the Eververse shaders that were supposed to come with this season haven't even rotated in her store, meaning that 2 of the shaders in the game are right now unobtainable. But with that being said, I really hope that Season of the Chosen is going to be a lot better. It looks like it's going to be a lot better. It seems to have more development time put behind it. The Umbral Engrams are coming back. We're getting new strikes. We're getting to go back to Nessus and do some more stuff with a giant tank there. I think we're getting a new social space with the Helm Station. So overall, I think this season is going to be a lot better. And with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the Aeon cult exotics. As you might know, each class has 1 exotic that grants you a perk depending on how many of your allied fireteam members wear the same exotic themselves. Starting with Season of the Chosen, we're gonna get some changes with the Aeon exotics. Each exotic is gonna have an exotic mod slot that is unique for the Aeon exotics. This can be one of 3 different mods that you can put into your own exotic to make it more viable. The first one, the Sect of Force, is a mod that makes you specialize in punishing powerful combatants before they can harm your allies. And this does 2 different things. First, rapid precision hits with a weapon temporarily increase your reload speed and weapon swap speed. Secondly, When you stun a champion or defeat a boss/mini-boss, your nearby fireteam members gain a burst of grenade and melee energy. Aeon cult allies who do not have the Sect of Force role equipped also gain a burst of super energy. The second one, the Sect of Insight. You specialize in empowering your allies and keeping them well supplied. The first part of this mod is that successive precision weapon takedowns have a chance to drop an orb of power for your allies. The second part of this mod is that when you use a finisher on an elite, you generate special ammo for your fire team. When you use a finisher on a boss or mini-boss, you generate heavy ammo for your fire team. Nearby Aeon cult allies who do not have their Sect of Insight role equipped also gain a bonus to weapon damage for a short time. Finally, we have the Sect of Vigor. You specialize in keeping your allies in the fight. The first part of this is that you gain class ability energy as your allies die. You gain full class ability energy when you resurrect an ally. The second part is when you cast your super, nearby allies gain an instant burst of healing. Aeon cult allies who do not have the Sect of Vigor role equipped also gain an overshield. And as you might have figured out already, each mod gives you an additional bonus if your allies do not have the same mod as you do. For example, if you have the Sect of Vigor and your fireteam members do not, then they would also additionally gain an overshield as long as they have the Aeon cult exotic equipped. This means that the more different cult mods you use in your fire team, the more benefits your team will gain. And not only that, the Sect of Insight is extremely strong. This is kind of a game changer since it basically has the special and heavy ammo finishers built into it. This allows you to put different mods in your class item instead of a special or heavy ammo finisher if that's your job in, say, a Grandmaster Nightfall. So I think that this might actually bring the Aeon cults from being a meme exotic to actually being meta, because the additional bonuses that they generate are so strong and they supplement each other so well. So your team doesn't have to use the same ones anymore. The Aeon cult mods are actually surprisingly powerful, and how good these different abilities are, the rates, the percentages, and how much they actually generate when it comes to ammo and how many orbs of power and how much weapon reload speed and how fast your weapon swap speed gets and all of that. It's all going to be covered in Season of the Chosen. So expect me to make a couple of videos where we're going to use different Aeon cult mods with different weapons. I can already see Skyburner's Oath with one of these being surprisingly overpowered. But we don't really know yet until we actually get our hands on it ourselves. So you can definitely expect me to cover this in the next video. So make sure to get those Aeon cult exotics for when this change happens, which is tomorrow actually. And with that being said, I want to ask you guys a question, and that is, what do you think about the changes and what do you think about the season so far? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, then liking the video and subscribing to the channel is a great way to stay up to date on all the latest uploads. It's also an amazing way to support the channel itself. And with that being said, I want to wish you the very best of your day, and I will see you next time. This is TCSpectre, signing off.